Caitlin Clark throws shade at other WNBA teams after Commissioner's Cup win. "No one likes us," Sophie Cunningham said recently. That one line basically confirmed it. The Fever believe they're the villains, and they're kind of loving it. Heading into the season with all the hype, a reloaded roster, and the Caitlin Clark effect, Indiana had sky-high expectations. But the start was anything but smooth. DeWanna Bonner walked away, injuries piled up, the schedule was ruthless, and the noise never stopped. Still, they held their ground. And in the biggest moment yet, they showed up without their captain. The Fever stunned by beating the top dogs Minnesota Lynx 74-59 to grab their first ever in-season championship. They locked down the Lynx, holding them to season lows in points, 59, and shooting percentage, 35.7%. Natasha Howard balled out with 16 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block, earning unanimous MVP honors. Meanwhile, missing from the court, Caitlin Clark led the celebrations off it. She hugged her teammates, clapped the loudest when Natasha Howard was named MVP, and cheered with unfiltered joy. But the classic CC moment came from the locker room. As Aaliyah Boston and the crew were dancing and vibing on Instagram Live, Clark, off camera, dropped the most chaotic line from the back. "I just know everybody in the league is sick." And just like that, Indy fans had a new favorite quote. Sure, it might have felt a bit brutal for the rest of the league, but for the Fever faithful, it was the ultimate "we're here" moment. Fans even said that they could hear Boston saying, "They're P," as someone else in the back shouted, "They hate us." It was indeed a big win for Indy. They came in with probably the worst odds to win this one. The Lynx even jumped out to a 13-point lead in the second quarter, looking every bit like the reigning champs. But the Fever punched back with a wild 18-0 run, snatching the lead and never letting go. They eventually sealed the 74-59 win behind Howard's MVP performance, a double-double from Aaliyah Boston, and strong double-digit outings from Kelsey Mitchell, Ari McDonald, and Sophie Cunningham. Clark's comment probably came from something the Fever have echoed time and time again, that they feel like they're the target. Whether it's the hype surrounding their star guard or the constant scrutiny from fans and media, Indiana has been at the center of the storm all season. It started with questionable calls not going their way, then the noticeably physical play against them, and now the latest, the All-Star snub. Caitlin Clark's presence as one of the WNBA's biggest stars brings massive attention to the Fever, and with that spotlight has come a string of hard fouls and tough matchups. Last weekend, Sophie Cunningham called out officials for not protecting the star player of the WNBA, as Clark continued to get shoved around by league vets. Fever head coach Stephanie White hasn't stayed quiet either. After that heated battle with the Connecticut Sun, she said, "It's been happening all season long. It's not just this game, it's been happening all season long," pointing directly to the excessive physicality opponents get away with. And then came the latest jab, Clark being dropped to number 9 in the players' all-star voting for guards, a move that sparked major pushback online. But as more instances of Clark being singled out keep surfacing, they're also being amplified by some of the biggest voices in sports media. Caitlin Clark did it again. With over 1.3 million fan votes, the Indiana Fever star was named a captain for the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game. She'll be leading one of the squads alongside Minnesota's Napheesa Collier when the Stars light up Gainbridge Fieldhouse on July 19th. But even in celebration, drama wasn't far behind. The WNBA's All-Star voting process is a mix, 50% fan vote, 25% player vote, and 25% media vote. Clark dominated the fan polls, as expected. But when the player and media rankings came in, things got interesting. Clark was placed 3rd by media members, and her fellow players ranked her 9th among guards. That didn't sit well with everyone. Longtime ESPN analyst Dick Vitale didn't hold back, calling it out as pure jealousy on social media. "Someday they will realize what she has done for all of the players in the WNBA. Chartered planes, increased salaries, sold-out crowds, improved TV ratings," he wrote. Vitale wasn't alone in that sentiment. Fans flooded the timeline with their own frustrations, questioning how someone who's shifted the league's visibility in just months could be viewed so low by her peers.